Good morning, HubSpot Nation. Welcome to Wake Up with Customer Platform, the unofficial HubSpot morning show where we help you discover the platform you already own. I'm Chris Carolan, and every weekday at 6 a.m. Central, we're here to make sure you're not sleeping on HubSpot's true capabilities. If you're joining live, drop a quick hello in the comments and let me know what you're building in HubSpot today. For replay viewers, timestamps are in the comments below, maybe some other resource links as well. Let's wake up to what's happening in the HubSpot ecosystem. Um, Figuring out the format of the show still, trying to keep up is difficult, as we know. Um, and what should I start with first to make sure we hit on it? Maybe I catch up to product updates and feel a little bit better about that. But I've also been missing the community updates as well. So I wanted to hit on that today, and maybe that's a better place to start the show as long as I just give a little less commentary. I got to give less commentary on something to fit it all in. Not my MO, I know, but maybe the best place for that is just to let the community speak for itself. So before we dive into the product updates, if you're having trouble, keeping up, here's a couple things, a few things you could do to help with that. Every Monday morning, Max Cohen and Kyle Jepson do a Monday morning briefing to touch on whatever updates have happened since the week before. So check that out at 9:30 a.m. Central. Uh, Tyler from Simple Strat has started a the Orange Admin, which is a regular newsletter, going through a lot of updates and really focused on admins. But it's a really great newsletter to help you stay up to date. And with that, they do a monthly product updates webinar as well that I recommend. And uh, if you missed the live version of October's updates, you can see it at the on their HubSpot Hacks YouTube channel. If you're looking to hit it up for November review, you can go register on their website on Wednesday, December 4th at 12 p.m. Central. If you're looking to understand how everybody else is using HubSpot, maybe do a little bit of coping or just see what other challenges people are having or people are trying to address. I don't know how to do this without making it a Klaviyo ad every day, but if other people know how to maybe shut this off, or maybe I could just start down here instead, that could be an idea. But I thought this top one was interesting. Do you think HubSpot reporting and dashboard is problem to solve for the market? Yes, but in my opinion, not in this way. I think building and selling, push button solutions, not actually going to solve the problem. Maybe you can make a little money up front, but ultimately very hard to, you know, protect that IP once it's in HubSpot. And, um, the best case scenarios are just teaching people how to do it themselves, uh, as that's why they're investing in a tool like HubSpot. So we can focus on helping them, coaching them, and strategizing with them to build better, bigger and better things in their HubSpot and not rely on everybody else to do it for them. Uh, just my thoughts there. Uh, and yeah, Reddit for me has been a great place to get a more expansive view on how the user base and the stakeholders of the ecosystem in general, the diversity we really have in it. Uh, on Tuesdays, which is today, we got a weekly admin hug. This week, RevOps in HubSpot. with Ashley from BridgeRev. Definitely recommend checking this out. BridgeRev is doing some really cool stuff um, with all things HubSpot, but they've got a, a great thing going on with a lot of the CMS work they do. And I'm a big fan of leveraging CMS plus CRM and HubSpot, and they've got some really cool stuff they do in that department. And of course, the Let's Build Media crew had some fun last week. Yesterday, we took off for Veterans Day, but last week I worked with Nico to uh, build a start building a demo data set based on the Final Fantasy universe using Claude and GPT and figuring out where and when to use which tool. Um, Custom objects using that to support self-service on the website in a way that serves your internal teams with Joshua Oakes. We started off that series, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Um, Great onboarding session with Willem, talking about how managing people expectations, getting everybody in the room as early as possible is of utmost importance. All stakeholders that are impacted need to be considered. Talked about building superhumans with George. Talking about love as a foundational element of his framework. Um, Had a lot of good feedback on that series, kind of bringing a different element to the educational, HubSpot space in terms of really this series as a whole just talks about all of the things that get in the way of companies using and leveraging and benefiting from HubSpot. All of the people issues, all of the culture issues, like it all stems from, how you manage how you empower rather the humans around you and on your teams. Um, a great session with Chad Hone, HubSpot Operations Hub, and we got into a little bit of Commerce Hub too, just talking about what's possible there. So that was a lot of fun. Um, yeah, and it was a great week. And with that, we will get into product updates. Uh, so this number cut down significantly just because I came to this page accidentally. And as soon as you do that, it's going to remove whatever's top of the list. So there's about maybe 10 or 20 that I'm not going to go over in this format unless they show up again. Um, so maybe we'll hit them in beta section at some point. So we'll just hit these ones as if nothing happened. Looks like we've got 3 since we met last Friday. Freeform prompting in Content Remix. This is a private beta for Content Hub customer platform. Let's see, so what is it? Freeform prompting introduces a new node type to Content Remix. Freeform prompts allow you to write custom instructions to Content Remix's AI to transform and control additional remix outputs. All right, we're getting closer. If you've had any experience with, Claude projects or custom GPTs, you know how powerful it can be to create custom instructions to decide how the AI is going to assist you in all things that you do in that space. So adding this to a content remix seems like a natural evolution and also very powerful. With freeform prompting, you can better apply your creative and strategic strengths to the content remix process. Rather than be locked into direct transformations from one type of content to another, you can now give custom instructions on what to generate, similar to how you would in Breeze Copilot or ChatGPT. This improves efficiency as well as your control over AI generated content. How does it work? Freeform prompting is enabled by default once your portal is in the beta. Request. Select the freeform prompting output type. In the attributes panel, put in a prompt. This can be used similarly to how any chat-based AI tool would be used. Example, start your remix with a blog post. Add a freeform prompt node and give it instructions to write a press release about the topic discussed in the blog post for a specific audience. Continue to remix from the content that has been generated. Example 2, start with a white paper PDF that covers different topics. Use a freeform prompt node to give the AI instructions to focus on just one topic and identify key quotes. Use that output to continue remixing. Content Pro and Content Enterprise, which of course makes it possible for Pro and Enterprise customer platform. Let's see if we can open this up, see if it gets a little easier. Oh. Okay, so this is exciting. Anything like this is where if you know that ChatGPT and Claude is getting better, other tools that are using those tools can be getting better as well. So natural progression here. um, instead of, I guess, instead of, on the left side, we have like, you got to pick the format that you want. You can just type it in here without picking the format, which I guess means freeform, right? So I'll be curious exactly when you would do one or the other, or if we're just going to move to this because naturally we're bad at kind of pre-planning formats. Maybe that's what's up. Really cool. Excited to see that in action. On the other side of the spectrum, commerce. Love it. Automate invoice creation with Public Invoices API. Uh-oh. Use the Invoices API to automatically create invoices to request payments from customers. If you have set up either HubSpot payments or Stripe payment processing, the invoice can be paid digitally. Otherwise, the invoice can be paid manually, marked as paid. Why does it matter? The Invoices API streamlines the invoicing process by enabling the automatic automation of invoice creation. It also enables integration with other systems to create invoices within HubSpot. Automating the invoice creation process reduces errors and manual data entry. Who gets it? Commerce Hub gets it. You might be saying, I thought we had access to the Invoices API. I thought they opened that up in March or April, and it has still not been great. Well, that's because you could only read from the API. You could not create invoices, subscriptions, payment links, payments, uh, maybe payment links, definitely not payments. So these Commerce Hub objects, they have been read only. And so this is a step in the direction that a lot of people are looking for in this creation activity via API. That opens up a lot of stuff in workflows and, you know, just it's the kind of customization that and configuration that people have been looking for a while. So that is actually a huge deal. It's private beta. Again, I think this is slow mode because it's invoicing. It's revenue management. It is a different place than HubSpot is using to be. So there's lots of, if we think that, things like GDPR and other like customer data restrictions and policies and regulation is challenging, just wait till you get into the financial piece of things and moving money around. And the reason you can't just create and delete like invoices on a whim, right? There's lots of standards that need to be followed, especially when you approach enterprise level activity that HubSpot hasn't been touching, right? And when we talk about sales taxes and all these things that are supposed to help business, manage the commerce side of things, this is why you just haven't seen it. Just here you go, like figure it out, right? There's a lot of liability that comes with that. And, it makes sense that um, they have been doing their due diligence as they've introduced this product. So really excited to see uh, the Invoices API opening up for create writable write access, I think is the technical phrase I should be using. We've had read access, now we will have write access in this private beta. So if that's interesting to you, definitely sign up. Additional record page tabs for enterprise, for Content Hub, customer platform, marketing, operations, sales, service. Yep, because it's CRM. What is it? Now every Enterprise Hub admin can add additional. Oh my gosh. Is this what I was asking for? One of the things? I think last week I was asking for workflows in Content Hub. Now, yes. Awesome. Now Content Hub Enterprise, which is the hub I appreciate the most. I mean, man, maybe I shouldn't play favorites. I like Commerce Hub a lot too. But there's not even Enterprise or Pro there. So let's say when it comes to Enterprise and Pro and the usual, definitely Content Hub is my favorite. And it's been challenging because a lot of the operational functionality related to CRM, including record customization like this, was not available. It was locked away in, I don't even think marketing could access this either. So it was operations, sales, and service only. And now it's available to all hubs. So that's amazing. That is excellent. And these are the kinds of things like so easy to miss this because it's not a beta. You just unlock it, which makes sense. Um, so why does it matter? Enterprise Hub admins can now enhance team productivity by adding multiple tabs to record pages, allowing for focused views of critical business information. How does it work? As an admin on any HubSpot's enterprise hubs, you can add additional tabs to the record page on any object type, including custom objects. I'll double check that to make sure. Navigate to the record customization tab in settings, select default view to customize the view for all users. Select create team view to customize the view for specific teams. Within the record page editor on an admin, within the record page editor, an admin can add up to 5 additional tabs to the middle column by clicking the plus icon. Who gets it? Everybody gets it. Everybody gets record page tabs. Let me see. I can test this real quick because this is definitely an exciting development. And, one of the reasons, thank you for indulging me if you're listening or watching, because this is probably one of the few ways I would have caught this. And this is very important to me as somebody with a portal that is Content Hub Enterprise and Starter, everything else. I haven't had access to these things that are very helpful when it comes to the CRM records, um, especially as you do things like the deliverables object that isn't maybe attached to Sales or Service Hub. I need it for, CMS functionality and portals, and being able to set that up. That is so it's like a mirror image of what's happening, on the website. Was challenging. I only had one tab. I only had a couple tabs to work with. Um, And I think there's a lot of stuff like this that will come away from being attached to sales or service or any specific hubs because it's really CRM functionality, part of the smart CRM. Um, and it's been so powerful and valuable that they've wanted to put it behind a paywall like the hubs, but it didn't really, like, there was no CRM paywall, right? So they attached it to sales or service, you know, pro or enterprise because that was the only way they could do it. Now that we're entering into this new seats era, um, there's a lot of things that need to be detached from specific hubs if we're managing, seats differently. So I'm just checking it out um, in my own portal here, and I'll share my screen shortly. Uh, so let's see, got custom objects, all right, and I'm going to go to deliverables, and I'm going to go to record customization, and go to default view, and I'm going to add a plus, let's say um, delivered portal. Done. This is awesome. Like, I wasn't able to do that. Again, this is content of enterprise with starter, everything else. So I was not able to do that. And they're actually doing a bunch of fun stuff as it relates to cards beyond the UI, extensibility that you've heard about or maybe participated in, right? The card library, um, like they're getting ready to do some fun stuff with that. But now that I've created a lot of those, right? So like, let's say delivered information, shipping status, shipping label, specific portal properties, reorder information, right? Since I've created those cards over here, I wonder, yep, so I've got reorder info. I can just add that because I want to have that, in the portal. I want to have these because basically things like, shipping information, like creating this mirrored experience for internal users and external customers can be so powerful in terms of just cutting back on the back and forth via email, via calls, because we're not sure we're looking at the same information, similar to like, you know, versioning of file problems, like if you're sharing spreadsheets or Word docs around, you're not sure you're using the latest one. So I can we can create that experience in HubSpot. So when we're talking about workspaces, being able to do this, and I wonder if we go to edit, right? And we can add, subtract properties very easily, and then preview the card. Choose an object type in record. Yeah, we won't go into, maybe we can. All right. Let's see, widget for 9,000. Right. So this is the kind of card that shows up on the record. And having this out of the way, like, so before this, I was having to create all these things on the overview, and you end up with this long list if you're trying to serve, or you have to create a bunch of different views, um, which has its place, right? But really, most people go to this specific tab as they create those different views to make sure it says like engineering or customer success or, whatever, in terms of like making sure it's specific for the user. So I'm going to save this. And that is, super exciting and not expected, but happy to see it. So happy to see it. Ticket splitting and help desk. Continuing to update this experience. What is it? Ticket splitting is now live. When an end user emails back in after a ticket has been closed, or when they reach out multiple times about separate topics, support reps using Service Hub historically had no good way to manage those scenarios, or the negative downstream effects this has on efficiency, reporting, and automation until today. We're introducing ticket splitting to give support teams a way to handle reopened tickets or ones that involve multiple parties or topics. Why does it matter? Often need to manage complex tickets that involve more than one issue, and today they don't have a great way of handling that complexity. This pain is particularly acute in cases where closed tickets are reopened by the end user asking a new, unrelated question. In those instances, reps often want to split tickets so they can handle these inquiries separately. Not being able to do so causes confusion for the rep and can negatively impact the team's reporting, giving an inaccurate picture of how many separate customer issues a rep is really handling. Ticket splitting offers a greater degree of flexibility and control over the support process and helps teams keep all their customer issues clearly organized. Ticket splitting is part of a longer term effort to improve ticket reopening behavior in help desk, serving as the first step in tackling this larger problem space. How does it work? Ticket splitting is available only within help desk on email and form tickets, which makes sense. We need a separate interaction to be able to split out anything. To split a ticket, click on Split Ticket within the Ticket Actions menu in the top right-hand corner of the Help Desk Details view, or click on the Kebab menu on an individual email message. First time I'm seeing that phrase. So I'll have to look into what the Kebab menu is. Maybe that is some kind of hamburger with a line through it, I guess. Select the messages that you would like to copy over from the original ticket to the new ticket. Alternatively, select all in the top right to copy over all messages from the original to the new ticket. Please note, you must select at least one message in order to split a ticket. Click Continue, fill out any relevant ticket fields, select a new status for the original ticket, click Create. Split ticket will automatically be associated with the same contact and company as the original ticket, although this can be changed once the new ticket is created. The split ticket will be enrolled in any automation workflows if it meets the criteria. Who gets it? Seeded. Oh, that's a new word for me, at least in this product window. Seeded Service Enterprise and Service Pro users. Thank you for clarifying. Understanding seats and what they can and can't do will be of utmost importance in the coming months. This is very cool. Again, more flexibility, more functionality. Yeah, check it out. Revenue in customer journey analytics in development. Here's your safe harbor statement. What is it? Whenever you use a deal stage in a customer journey report, you can now see how much revenue is connected to the deal. We will automatically sum the total value of the deal using the amount property for any deal. You can also see the amount of each deal in the drill downs. Sure to keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on revenue in HubSpot. I think a lot is changing soon with the acquisition of Cashflow. So I'll let you guys check this one out. Just keep an eye on revenue reporting in HubSpot. Big things happening there. And this is just a taste. I think the interesting thing is going to be how deals interact with the rest of the commerce objects, like orders, invoices, payments. because it's not doing that very well right now, and we need it to be better. Enhance support for date, time, properties, and workflows. What is it? Custom date time properties will now display both the date and the time when inserted as personalization tokens in workflows, sequences, or snippets. Why does it matter? This new functionality enables users to know exactly when something important happens. For example, users could send a notification confirming an upcoming appointment's date and time. Maybe they're using the new appointments object for that. Create a snippet referring to a meeting date and time. How does it work? This change impacts any custom date time properties that are currently used as personalization tokens inserted into workflows, sequences, or snippets. To create a new date time property, go to Settings, Properties, Create Property, Date and Time. In workflows, this applies to internal actions like set property value or create task. This also applies to notifications sent by workflows. This change does not apply to the send email action. Support for showing date plus time for datetime properties in the send email action will be released separately. In snippets, you can apply date and time personalization tokens. Who gets it? All hubs and additions. What just came to mind is that battle of those first replies. And maybe this is a stretch, and this is designed for more transactional, of course, when you know for sure the time, but things like replies to like pre-sale or pre-customer situations where we say we'll get back to you soon, or we have when we actually have SLAs that say we're going to get back to you on this time at this time, being able to base that off of form submissions or other events that the customer is taking will be pretty useful too, I imagine. Figma design kit for UI components. I am not a UI designer, so I'll just kind of scroll through this. Nice link to access the kit. This is so what is it? This new Figma design kit is a visual source of truth for the UI component in React-based custom cards. So I'm sure my buddy Bill Barlis is using this all the time. Why does it matter? Customers will be able to plan the design for custom cards. Customers can better communicate possibilities of UI extensions, UIE, with stakeholders. All current components, their variants and distinct visual states will be in this Figma. Customers can easily copy components from our Figma library to theirs and edit as needed. It is clear which parts of the UI components they can customize. I mean, this is huge when you're empowering HubSpot stakeholders to really activate the extensibility of the platform. This kind of resource set is amazing. Once you get access to the Figma kit, you can make a copy of the kit and work with it. Note, to get the latest updates, please use the original Figma kit design as the source of truth. Who gets it? Sales enterprise and service enterprise. See, this is one of those CRM extensibility things, CRM development that is associated with these two very specific hubs, when in all actuality, it supports all of the hubs. The CRM supports all of the hubs. So this is one of those things I would look to see detached, and maybe if you have a different enterprise hub, now maybe you can get access to it, because these things, so this came out November 8th with the additional record tabs for enterprise, and this was October 22nd. So a few weeks ago. So keep that in mind. Declarative optional scopes for public apps is being sunset. Or was sunset on October 21st. So if you've run into any issues with public apps, I'm sure you've already have to solve for this. Uh, Learn with HubSpot Academy in Copilot. What is it? Copilot by Breeze AI now has a Learn with HubSpot Academy prompt, allowing users to receive answers and content recommendations powered by our catalog of over 6,000 videos of HubSpot Academy content. This allows you to ask Academy for help anywhere in the HubSpot software. You will now see the prompt under the HubSpot How-To section of Copilot prompts. Learn with HubSpot Academy. Why does it matter? Learn with HubSpot Academy allows you to search our catalog of Academy content and recommends a video based on your question, allowing you to find answers to HubSpot as fast as possible. How does it work? Launch Copilot from the Academy homepage or the navigation bar anywhere in the Academy software. Click All Prompts and scroll to the HubSpot How-To section to find Learn with HubSpot Academy. You can ask HubSpot Academy about connecting your email, integrating with third-party applications, or any feature in the HubSpot hubs. Who gets it free? All hubs and tiers. Beautiful. And last one for today, you use workflows to register contacts for Microsoft Teams webinar. You can now use contact-based workflows to register HubSpot contacts for Microsoft Teams webinars. This opens up the ability to segment and dynamically enroll contacts in Microsoft Teams webinars based on their HubSpot form inputs or other criteria. Why does it matter? Previously, contact registration for webinars hosted in Microsoft Teams had to be exclusively done via Microsoft Teams webinar registration forms. This meant you couldn't use HubSpot to do what HubSpot does best by centralizing your marketing activities for your webinars if you're hosting them with Microsoft Teams, causing you to go back and forth between tools. Now, you can use HubSpot workflows to automatically enroll contacts in Microsoft Teams webinars based on certain contact criteria. Not going to go into the how does it work. If you're a Microsoft Teams user, and hopefully you're enjoying all of the new things that have been happening for you this year as HubSpot has continued to upgrade that integration, also signaling the movement towards enterprise. As we know, corporate United States loves them some Microsoft. Who gets it? All customers using Microsoft Teams integration and have access to workflows, key, which requires a professional or enterprise HubSpot plan, specifically not Content Hub. And if someone wants to correct me on that and I'm behind the curve, please let me know. But marketing, sales, service, and operations, enterprise, professional enterprise are the ones that come with workflows. I guess I could just check that real quick. And let's save this. So we're back to my portal, conveying your message portal. And yeah, we still got a paywall with workflows. So there it is. This feature is included in the Sales, Service, Marketing, and Operations Hub Professional. Come on, Content Hub. Can let me automate a bunch of things with Remix. Please open it up to the rest of workflows and automation. Coming back to product updates, that's it for today. Remember, you probably already own, just like I discovered today with record tabs for enterprise, something I've been wanting a long time. Now I know it's available. I already own the solution I've been looking for in HubSpot, and I just needed to wake up to it. Join us tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Central, as we continue exploring platform value hiding in plain sight. If this was helpful, share it with another HubSpot user who needs this wake up call. Drop your biggest takeaway in the comments and let me know what platform capabilities you want to wake up to next. I'm Chris Carolan, and this has been Wake Up with Customer Platform. Now go build something amazing. Have a great day, everybody.